Machu Picchu, known as one of the most iconic ruins symbolizing the Inca Empire, is located about 80 kilometers northwest of Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire. Often called one of the world's wonders, Machu Picchu stands high above the Urubamba Valley, surrounded by sheer cliffs and towering peaks that seem to pierce the sky. Situated at an altitude of 2,280 meters, the name Machu Picchu means Old Peak in Quechua, the language of the native Indians, because it cannot be seen from the mountain's base. It is also referred to as the City in the Sky or the Lost City, as it remained hidden for centuries. The journey from Cusco to Machu Picchu is challenging. Travelers first leave Cusco, pass through Chinchero, Urubamba, and Ollantaytambo, and then stay overnight in the small town of Aguas Calientes, where trains to Machu Picchu depart. Usually, tourists take a train departing around 5:30 am to visit Machu Picchu and return on the same day, which requires a tight schedule. Upon arriving at Machu Picchu, one must take a bus up a winding mountain road. A steep, unpaved route, reminiscent of the Maltaje Pass on Mount Songni in Korea. From the bus, passengers can look down at the dizzying cliffs of the Urubamba Valley. Some travelers choose to hike up on foot, and it's common to see backpackers climbing the path alongside the buses. After paying the entrance fee and walking a short distance, visitors are greeted by the breathtaking view of Machu Picchu, familiar from countless photographs. There are designated viewpoints where even beginners can take impressive photos. The terraced fields are neatly preserved. Some of the collapsed structures have been restored, and restoration work continues to this day. At the highest point stands the temple, from which one can overlook the entire Machu Picchu site. Across from it rises Huayna Picchu, meaning Young Peak in Quechua. From the top of Huayna Picchu, visitors can see the entirety of Machu Picchu, the Urubamba River, and the surrounding valley. Although Machu Picchu lies only about 80 kilometers from Cusco, its location deep within the dense jungle helped it escape discovery and destruction by Spanish conquistadors. Hidden between two sharp peaks and a saddle-shaped ridge, the site remained unseen by invaders for centuries. It was not until 1911 that American archaeologist Hiram Bingham of Yale University rediscovered it as a city built long before Columbus discovered the New World. Machu Picchu is one of the rare sites to remain almost untouched by human hands until its rediscovery. The ruins of Machu Picchu include a temple at the highest point, over 3,000 stone steps, and a fortress surrounded by terraced gardens, although the stonework is not as refined as that found in other Inca sites. It varies in type and scale, showing remarkable craftsmanship. According to scholars, Machu Picchu was built around 1460. By the time Spanish invaders conquered the Inca Empire, roughly a century later, it had already fallen into ruin. Researchers speculate that the site was abandoned less than 100 years after its construction, possibly due to some unknown catastrophe that wiped out its inhabitants before the arrival of the Spaniards. For centuries, Machu Picchu remained forgotten until it was rediscovered by Hiram Bingham. On July 24, 1911, then a lecturer at Yale University, Bingham explored the site with the help of local guides, familiar with the area, and later devoted his life to studying it through multiple expeditions. Initially, Bingham believed the site to be the birthplace of the Incas or a spiritual center, known as the Virgin of the Sun. However, subsequent archaeological studies suggest that he was not the first to reach the site. Traces indicate that a few others had visited earlier. Nevertheless, it was Hiram Bingham who introduced Machu Picchu to the world and brought it to international attention. About half of Machu Picchu's area consists of sloping terraces used for agriculture, ensuring food self-sufficiency. The western section contained temples, palaces, and residential areas, all enclosed by stone walls. Scholars have proposed various theories about why such a remote city was built. Some believe it served as a refuge for the Incas, fleeing Spanish invaders, or as a secret military base to train troops for future resistance. Others argue it was constructed as a highland retreat to avoid natural disasters, particularly floods. Another theory suggests that it was built to control the economy of conquered regions, or even as a prison for serious offenders. Yet, many archaeologists believe Machu Picchu was more likely a royal estate, or a sacred religious retreat rather than a defensive refuge. This theory is supported by its location, which aligns with sacred landscapes associated with the Incan belief in the puma, a revered spiritual symbol. Modern archaeological interpretations suggest that Machu Picchu may have served as a royal villa for the Inca capital of Cusco, or as an educational facility, a kind of training center, where craftsmen learned woodwork and stone masonry essential to the empire. Machu Picchu was designated a historical sanctuary in 1981, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, and selected as one of the new 7 Wonders of the World in 2007. Today, Machu Picchu stands as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's most celebrated travel destinations.